Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Hinterland. We are still in April. Just to give you a quick update, all the fields are rolled. I think the only thing we have left to do is a second layer of fertilization, which will happen next month. Otherwise, oh, weeds. I bet we have weeds. I keep forgetting about weeds. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with weeds too. Anyways, our fermenting silo continues to send over silage to our TMR mixer, but I have neglected adding hay and straw. So, I think we can do about 6 hay, and let's do, I think it's, well, we'll go 5 straw. We'll see how this works. I am going to do this the old-fashioned cheat way, just to get it out of the way, so we can move on to more exciting things. I've got a couple other things to show you that I had a little fun with while we were away. Oh, no Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson. No Michael Jordan. I'm no Michael Jackson either, but certainly no Michael Jordan. Wait, there it is. There's 2. Maybe that was a 3-pointer. I'm not sure. Is this a 3-pointer back here? Ah, short. That might have been mid-court. That's a pretty long ways away. So I hope you're all doing well. I want to mention something up top here. I'll mention it again in, I'm certain, in other videos, but I am going to be probably having a little bit of a schedule deal coming up. I'm going to be taking some time starting July 8th, which is, well, I'm not really sure. I'm going to say next weekend, but I'm not sure when this video is coming out. Probably would be next weekend. Starting July 8th, and for the next 2 weeks. Oh, that's backing up a little bit in there. Well, that went. Let's see what we got here. And starting the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be spending some time with my kids, hanging out, doing my thing. I am going to continue to try and put out some videos. I might pre-record some videos as well. I will also post to the channel so that you all know that I haven't forgotten about you. I'll stay in touch, but I just wanted to give you all a heads up on that. It's actually the first time since I started this channel that I feel like I might miss. It's bugging me. I'm going to miss some days. I have a feeling I am. But stick with me. Be patient. I really appreciate you all watching. But like I said, I'll keep you posted on what's going on. So let me turn this off because I always forget to turn off super strength, and then I always do something stupid with super strength. Let's just take a little drive here over to the cows. They're actually doing okay. I just wanted to make sure that I had some TMR available for them in the morning, I guess you could say. It's a heavy load. I've just been looking over Hinterland and just kind of reflecting on where we started, how much different this map was, how barren it was, and how much fun I have had doing this. I think this has been probably my favorite map. In fact, I could probably take out the probably and say this has been my favorite map so far in FS22. I've had more fun on this map. I've had more challenges. I've learned some things about decorations and gotten into the creative side and really have enjoyed it. And I'm really glad you all joined me in that as well. And I hope you've enjoyed the series. That's very important to me as well. I hate to do things that you all don't enjoy. Oh, the cows have their 2 cents worth as well. While that thing's filling up, I got rid of this little field here that's by our church. It was just too small. I know that maybe sounds ridiculous, but it was a small field. I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to connect it to our larger field here and ruin our nice pathway, so to speak. But actually, you know, I could have. Yeah, I could have done something different there now that I think about it. But anyways, we're going to keep this field. We're going to work on creating a nice big field up here as well, though. So I think we'll be okay. So this is the field we created last time we were together. The one that I actually kept. Pretty decent sized field. We do need to get it lined up, so I brought the Valtra over. Apparently it's been warming up this whole time. Kind of forgot to turn it off. Sorry about that, little Valtra. Let's go in and let's create a job and we can get this thing limed up. We'll do a headland. Why not? Smooth, round, doesn't really matter to me. We can generate some field work. That looks pretty good right there. I do want to make sure that I have purchasing lime turned off, or fertilizer, or whatever it's covered under. I don't think... Yeah, this is all off. If we need more lime, we're close to Heinrich. He can set us up with some more lime. First waypoint. Oh, okay. And off to the races. I think the Valtra can handle this from here on out. So we'll get it limed up. We need to get this guy out of the way. And let's take a look at what we can do here for creating another field over here. I don't want to crowd things up too much, but at the same time, I don't think we're going to be adding too much more productivity over here. We'll find space if we absolutely have to add something else. But for the time being, I think we're going to do okay. I brought over the larger cultivator. We're gonna do the cultivate to plow business. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I did 370 horsepower, 26 and 22. Well, we've got enough horsepower for this big bad Mamba Jamba. How much to lease it? Yeah. Okay. Let's fold you back up, little cultivator. And let's go pick up that plow. I wanted to give this thing a try. I thought I had activated it. I wasn't sure. I know at one time I was thinking about using it. And I don't think we ever did. But it's a little unrealistic, I would say, the size of it, but I think it'll work. I think it'll work nicely. I want to give it a shot. I've seen it used in a couple other videos, and it always looks a little bit unreal, you know, because of the massive size. I don't think plows quite normally come in this kind of size. Excuse me, but we're going to take advantage of it. And I think our John Deere can handle this. If this one can't, I know our 9R can definitely handle it. I think this John Deere's got... Oh, yeah, you're a little wide, aren't you? Let's see if we can get through here, okay? We might have to take the back road. Never really planned on bringing... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. I got an idea. I think we can do this. And then kind of swing around this way. Swing around that way. Oh, I would be taking these fences out so bad. Let alone what it would be doing to this poor plow. Oh, Brad. Oh, thank you. You just made that. Everything's got collisions. I don't think anything here doesn't have collisions. I think even these light poles, I'm quite certain, have collisions. Oh, oh. Yeah, it's got a collision. There you go. Well, I didn't plan this very well, did I? This is not going to work. I can tell already this is going to be... Let's see. We might have to... Since we're using... Since we're using an unrealistic plow, maybe we're going to have to get this thing over there in an unrealistic way. Where am I here? Oops, you didn't see that. Nothing to see. Nothing to see there. I just didn't plan that out very well, did I? Holy cow, this thing is huge. Dang. Yeah, I should have been using this bad Mamba Jamba from the get-go. Forget unrealism, just go for the gusto. Let me make sure we're in forward. There we go. And I think we're leaving enough room here. And if we lower, and I think we need to turn on create fields. And yeah, let's see what kind of trouble we can get into with this thing. Maybe we can hit some water lines, some underground electric wires. Oh, speak of that, I did a bad thing one time when I was a homeowner. Well, my first home, I should say. I was thought I was doing a good thing, and was attempting to... What was I? Oh, I was putting in a new mailbox. I think I can go over further there. I don't know why I'm staying so far away from that side. Oh well, we can fix that later. So I was attempting, I think, to put in a new mailbox, if I remember right. I honestly can't remember what in the world I was digging for, but I was digging for something. And yeah, didn't quite realize that there were underground telephone lines where I was digging. And it wasn't just the telephone line that went to the house. It was the trunk, the main trunk, they called it. I think the guy called it, in between his curse words that he used for me. I felt really horrible. But it wasn't marked. I didn't do misdig. Maybe I should have. I don't know. I don't know. I'm a simple guy. I don't know. But anyways, I remember I was digging, and I felt a weird dig, and I looked down, and I could see what looked like, at first I thought they were like little roots. But roots normally aren't colored in like blue, red, yellow, green, that kind of thing, right? Oh, it was so bad. It was just so stinking bad. And it was the main trunk line, and I don't want to go down there. I want to turn. It was the main trunk line for the neighborhood. I never realized how many wires there are in a main trunk line that sends telephone, and at the time, I think data possibly as well. This is when DSL was kind of a big thing still. Wow, man, my heart just sank to the pit of my stomach. I looked down, and I was like, oh geez. At first, I didn't really even know what the wires were. But I proceeded to go into the house, and I figured, you know what, this would be a good time to test. I'll give my friend a call and ask him what he thinks they are. And the phone was dead. And that answered my question. I didn't even have a chance to call. this was before, you know, cell phones were really pretty much it, you know. People still had, I guess I should have mentioned that too, because it is kind of weird sounding. Everybody still had landlines. I mean, cell phones were popular, but we weren't quite to the point where people were just like, I don't need a stinking landline anymore, right? And so I tried calling my friend. The line was dead. I figured out, obviously, straight away what I had done. Apparently, so did the phone company somehow. I don't know if they were alerted to it or if somebody else had a cell phone and narked on me or what happened. But it wasn't too long after that I think it was an AT&T truck showed up at my house. And yeah, the guy was actually really cool about it. He kind of laughed. He didn't curse me out. The other guy, his partner, didn't seem as thrilled or as jovial about the situation. But needless to say, this is going to be the weirdest field. While I'm doing this, I'm kind of talking and I'm thinking this is going to be a really weird shaped field. Anyways, so for the next several days in my front yard, I had one of those, I had a dude there who was just a single dude with one of these tents, like a pup tent thing, you know, for weather, I guess, over this hole. They dug out the hole bigger so he could kind of work with what he had. And he was there for several days, matching and putting those wires back together again. Needless to say, I didn't want to show my face, but I made sure the guy was well taken care of. Every day he had coffee. I made sure there was coffee. I got donuts for the dude. I felt horrible. I think he said to me one time, excuse me, if I remember correctly, I think he said something along the lines of, well, if it wasn't this, I'd just be doing something else. So that's about the best he could say, I think. I think he was trying to make me feel better, but I'm not sure it worked necessarily. But yeah, felt pretty bad. And my neighbors, oh man, I still remember my next door neighbor coming out and saying, are you the reason why we don't have a telephone right now? Just, wow. I guess, I don't know. Stuff happens, You live and you learn. It didn't cost me anything. I wondered that. I mean, not to sound selfish, like worried about my own deal, but I actually was kind of concerned if there was going to be like a charge associated with this repair job, because let's face it, it was well, Volter's doing good. Volter's almost done. It was a huge amount of labor, and I kind of saw what the dude was doing, and I mean, it was the most tedious. It had to be, I don't know, it had to suck. It had to be horrible for him. I mean, we're talking a bundle of wires. I don't even know how many there were. I would not say that there. I don't think I'd be far off saying that there was easily 100 plus. Maybe if any of you have any experience with trunk lines, telephone trunk lines, maybe you know. But I remember just looking at this thick bundle of wires. It looked like those transoceanic cables they put down under the sea, and like a cross section of one of those. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm still dealing with this air quality business. And just holy smokers, it was awful, just absolutely awful. Honestly, I can't remember if it was a mailbox. Why would I can't remember why else I would be digging. Oh, it might have been, I did plant a tree. I wonder if that's what I was doing. Anyways, not important. Either way, I was the sole the sole reason for an entire block of houses to not have phone service. And I imagine it had to cost the phone company a lot of money. Not just the labor part of it, but also people, a lot of times will start demanding credit for not having access to their phones, or if they had DSL for not having access to the internet. I know I would have. I would have been calling them up and saying, hey, how about throwing some money my way here this month since I'm not able to use your service. And yeah, what an experience. I haven't thought about that in forever. Not a great thing to remember. One of those things you look back on and I guess you can laugh now. And I'm sure that AT&T dude, I'm sure I was like the top of his conversation to his friends for a while. Like I realized after I did it that I was going to be the reason that one of those stories existed. You know what I'm saying? Like in the tech world, we have stories. We always tell each other stories about end users that don't do maybe the smartest things, or they kind of ask questions that nerds laugh about. Like you've heard the stories about, like, oh, the user that thought their CD-ROM drive was a coffee holder, coffee cup holder. Half of you may not even know what a CD-ROM drive is because they're pretty old now, but stories like that, right? And now I'm one of those people that has a story associated with them. You're never going to believe what this idiot was doing. We'll just say he was out trying to plant a tree and cut through an entire telephone trunk line. Fantastic. The guy did a great job. I mean, I'll give the AT&T dude credit. He nailed it. I don't think he never came back to fix anything. I think he got every single one of those wires spliced back together the right way. Hundreds. There had to be hundreds. It's so bad. And I remember, oh man, poor guy. And and they're tight. They were tight too. So when I cut them, it wasn't like he had existing wire to use. He had to cut new, little 5 or 6 inch probably strands of wire for every single one of them. And I don't know even how he even got them back together. Butt splices, I don't know what they used to get them back together. But I will say I think my phone was the last one to get done. And I don't think that was by accident. But I do remember the days of having a landline. And I remember the days, oh man, I can remember, this will tell you how old I am. I remember going to, I think it was the state fair, and trying out this new thing called wireless phones. AT&T, I think it was an AT&T booth. How serendipitous, right? But I think it was an AT&T booth, and they were demonstrating cordless phones and how amazing they were. No longer were you tethered to a coiled up phone line, you know, receiver cable from your wall phone, or maybe if you were lucky you had a desk phone, to the handheld part of it. Now you were cordless. You could actually walk outside and talk on the phone. How amazing I thought that was, or how cool I thought that was. I want to say I think I even remember, I think I even remember being with my parents someplace where they were showing off push button dial instead of rotary. That can't be right though. I think maybe I'm thinking of a YouTube video I saw. But I definitely do remember the cordless phone business. And how, ooh, did I miss a little? Nope. And how amazing the idea of having a cordless phone was. And then having more than one cordless phone, so you could have like 3 or 4 cordless phones in the house. One in every room if you wanted. The days when I used to enjoy actually talking on the phone. I hate talking on the phone now. I actually avoid it like the plague. I just find no joy in sitting there talking to someone for hours on the phone. My brother can do it. My sisters will definitely do it. My dad's a bit of a long talker. My mom, not so much. I have a friend back from high school that if I ever allow him the opportunity to talk to me on the phone, it could go on for hours. Just one of those people that just, like I'm not kidding, 4 or 5 hours would not be unheard of. I can't do that. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I eventually told him flat out, look, man, here's what's going to happen. I'll text you all day. I will, I'll do the chat thing like all day with the texting and whatnot, but I'm not doing the big long phone calls. And I'll tell you, if we do talk on the phone, and if it gets to be that kind of long phone call business, I'm gonna need you to sign a release that tells me that it's okay that I just hang up. I'll end the call by saying, this has gotten way too long. Have a good one. Bye for now. You know, that's just how it's got to be. Now, after all of that, what did I do here? I can't even picture in my mind. Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. All right. Well, at least it's an interesting field. It's gonna be interesting with courseplay. But yeah, maybe we can this little island stuff over here. Well, if it gets annoying enough, I'm probably just gonna, well, we can get rid of it, but all these summer rental people are gonna hate this. They're gonna be trying to sleep in. Why aren't you folding? Are you gonna fold for me? Not really? Is it? Oh, it's just slow. Okay, I thought I broke it. Yeah, these summer rental people are gonna hate this. But I do like this plow. That made quick stinking work, didn't it? All right, you stay here. Actually, we can just go like this and return the plow. That was easy. Much easier than taking it back through those fences. Are we... Oh, okay. Looks like we did okay with lime. Let's, I'm pretty sure we're going to need to lime this field too. I'm going to make a educated guess. Indeed they do. Let's see how Courseplay does with this business. Excuse me, I'm really sorry. Man, this past week has been so rough on the old chest and congestion. Let's try and see if we can... Oh, man. Yeah, I was kind of thinking it was going to do that. I really didn't want it to do that. What if we do 3 headlands? I want to get rid of... Is it done? Yeah, it is done. Oh, it didn't like that very much either, did it? I think Courseplay knows the little game I'm playing here. Yeah, it's not really changing. It's like, am I not? Yeah, it doesn't seem to care. Let's do 1 headland. Actually, that's probably as good as it's going to get. Alright, let's do, first one, we'll set them off. It's Gwen. Of course it's Gwen. Hello, Gwen. What's up, girl? You dog, you. Yeah, we'll do that. I probably am going to cultivate this, right? I would think that might be a good idea. I don't know that I need to. I think our seeder and our planter both will go right over a plowed field. How's this thing doing? This one looks a-okay. We could fertilize this field as well. But I think that's going to do it for this episode of Hinterland. I'm glad I had an opportunity to tell you all about my phone line issue. Yeah, every time now I'm going to start thinking about... I got to remember what I was doing digging. I can't remember if it was a tree or what it was, but I'll have to find out what that was. Whatever it was, I didn't plan it very well, that's for sure. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. You all take care of yourselves. Make sure you take care of each other. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And feel free to subscribe if you'd like. Thank you to all the new subscribers, by the way. I still see them coming in. Always makes my day when I get new subscribers. It's really awesome. So thank you all so much for that. Take care of yourselves, everyone, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.